Hey guys, it's Alicia. Today I am going to show you real quick how I make my chicken, sausage, and spaghetti. It's a super easy recipe with not a whole lot of ingredients, and it comes together pretty quickly. So first thing you're gonna need is about 2 pounds of cooked chicken breast. Now I've seasoned this with probably about a teaspoon of chili powder and a little fresh ground pepper. You can put salt on this if you want to, but we kind of tried to watch our salt intake, so I didn't add any salt to the chicken. Next, you're gonna need about 13 ounces of a sausage. I'm just using this turkey Polska kielbasa because that is what I have on hand. Then for veggies, you can pretty much use what you want to use. I'm gonna be using 1 green pepper and a large red onion, both of those chopped just roughly. Then I'm also going to be using 8 ounces of mushrooms. So that's all I've got for fresh veggies. Then you're going to need about 28 ounces of petite diced tomatoes and a 10-ounce can of diced tomatoes with green chilies. You're gonna need about 16 ounces of spaghetti. I'm using wheat. You don't have to. You can just use the regular, or you could actually use any pasta you wanted for this, but I just am using wheat spaghetti. You're gonna need a little bit of garlic and some olive oil, and that is it. First thing you wanna do is get yourself a large pot. I put a couple tablespoons of olive oil in there. And now I'm gonna add in my green pepper and onions and my sausage that I cut up. And I'm gonna just add a little fresh ground pepper to this. You don't have to. And if you want to add salt, you can add some at this time too. We try to cut back on our salt, so I'm not gonna add any to it at this point. But I probably will add it to taste when it's done. So you're gonna just let this cook in here for a couple minutes or so. Give the green pepper and red onion a chance to kind of cook with that sausage a little bit. And since they cook a little slower than the mushrooms, we're gonna just give them a head start. So I'll let these cook and then I will be back. So while that's going, you also wanna get a pot of water boiling so that you can cook your spaghetti. Okay, my camera cut me off, but what I've done here is I let the peppers and onions and sausage cook for about 3 minutes, and then I added in my mushrooms, and so now I'm gonna just let this all cook together until the mushrooms start to soften. Okay, my mushrooms are nice and softened. My camera keeps cutting me off, so I missed the step where I threw in about a tablespoon of garlic, and I've kind of just let that cook in here for about a minute. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my tomatoes, add those in there, and my tomatoes with diced chilies. Add that in there, give that a good stir, and I'm gonna add in my chicken that I've chopped up. Stir that all nicely in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and add a little crushed red pepper. Now, I didn't add this in my ingredients because this is definitely not something you need to put in here. We just like the little extra kind of kick of spice that this gives. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that in there. Stir that up, and then I'm going to bring this mixture to a boil. So I'm gonna turn up my heat from medium to high, let it come to a boil, and then when it comes to a boil, I'm going to drop the heat back down and just kind of let it simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes. And while that's going, I've got my spaghetti over here, and you just want to cook your noodles until they are al dente. So I'll be back once this has simmered for about 8 to 10 minutes, and I will show you what is next. This has been simmering about 10 minutes, and so now I'm going to add in my cooked spaghetti. And I'm going to just mix this all together. And here I've got some plated up. This stuff has got layers of flavor going on in it with the different ingredients in there. It's also got a little bit of a spiciness on the back end, especially if you add that red pepper to it. And I actually added a little red pepper to the top of this too, because we like that little spicy kick. It's got a sweetness from the sausage and the bell pepper, and it's just a great combination of flavors. I would recommend though, if you are one that does not limit your salt, definitely salt this to your taste because it will definitely bring the flavors out in this a little bit more. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.